Yeah.
So it was done with the gun, which is definitely a different experience too. I think the gun hurts more actually than the needle does.
Yeah. Hi friends, I'm here today with Stacy, a part of our Avanti community, and we're excited to talk about piercing and self-expression and everything in between. But before I get to any questions, Stacy, would you mind introducing yourself a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Hi guys, I'm Stacy. I live in Beaverton right now, but I'm originally from New York. I have a 7-year-old daughter, 2 dogs, 2 cats, so we have a zoo at home. And I'm in school right now getting my master's in elementary ed.
Cool. When I'm also in Beaverton.
Oh, nice.
It's always sort of like, oh, hello, neighbor. I mean, Beaverton's pretty big, but when did you move here from New York?
Well, I moved for my, I have a master's in creative writing as well. So I moved to get that in Washington in 2006. And then, so I've been here since 2008.
Oh, okay. That's fun. You must really like learn.
Well, I got married and he's from here, so I got stuck. But it's good.
He sold you over to the West Coast.
Yeah. I mean, I like not having snow anymore, so I grew up in the snow belt, so it was like months and months of shoveling driveways and scraping cars, and I don't miss that.
I wouldn't either. I heard that there's a super snowstorm actually headed that way this month.
Yeah. My parents are getting ready for it.
So weird.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's gonna be 80 here. Good luck with your snowstorm.
Enjoy your snowstorm before summer.
Yeah.
So what does, so I guess first is, what's your first piercing? What piercings do you have?
I have 2 in my earlobes, my nose, the rook, and I always say this one wrong, Dave?
I've heard it both ways.
Okay.
It's like, some people are like it's Doth, some people are like it's Dave. I just, whatever.
Okay, cool.
Very cool. What was I'll call it the Doth. What was getting your Doth pierced like?
It was a lot easier than I thought. I got it done with Avanti, and so I wanted to not have to ever change it. So I got a really expensive piece of jewelry that I'm so ecstatic with. It makes me love the piercing even more. And the girl who did it was just like, hold your breath, let go, we're gonna do this. It went through really easily, and then it hurt a lot while she was screwing it together, the piercing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always tell people when they come in that the piercing itself doesn't hurt nearly as much usually as the putting the jewelry in. That's always the part.
Yeah. That was definitely the hardest part of it.
Do you mind flashing it so we can see it?
Let's see.
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. That's so cute. Did you get that pierced before your rook or after your rook?
Before.
Was on a pain scale wise, because I know people come in all the time and they're like, okay, this hurt more than this. Did the rook hurt more or the Doth?
I think the Doth did. The rook hurt more only because I had an apprentice piercer who was doing it, and the jewelry I chose out was really small and he could not get it in. And so after 15 minutes probably of him trying, the actual piercer came over and put it in for me. But,
Ow.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a fun experience for you or the apprentice.
It was definitely struggling. He could not get a hold of the jewel at all.
Yeah, that's something that, I mean, I'm not a piercer, I just manage the store, but I've heard that learning how to put jewelry into a fresh wound is one of the trickiest parts because it gets slippery.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense.
I was like that, yeah. And with gloves, I don't know, anything with gloves is always harder for me because they get all crinkled up under my fingernails.
Right, and you can't feel anything as well either.
Yeah, I'm like, all my senses are destroyed. Why did you get your dots pierced?
I've been wanting cartilage piercings, but I was scared of the pain, and I'm also a migraine sufferer, so I thought, what the heck, maybe if it helps, it will be worth it.
Yeah.
And so those two together made me go for that one.
Very cool. Did you notice that it did help, or?
No, honestly.
Yeah.
It does help. I have anxiety, and it does help with that because I will actually find myself like playing with it. Kind of like a fidget spinner, but it's in my ear, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
I could.
yeah.
Whenever anyone asks, I'm like, hey, if there was something, I would try it, but there's no guarantee. And sometimes it works, whether it's a placebo or not, and I'm like, go for it. And other times it doesn't. I'm just like, I'm so sorry.
And I wanted the piercing regardless if it worked. It made sense to go for it. Thank you.
It looks really cute. Yeah. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay, I think.
Yes.
So what's it like being a mom to a 7-year-old daughter?
Hard and awesome, especially right now because with school being out and having to do everything online, that has been really hard with a 7-year-old, trying to get them to grasp we have to do everything online. We have to learn how to use a computer and a mouse on top of trying to learn all your material. And she's in a Spanish program, so it's half Spanish, half English. And I do not know Spanish at all, so it's been difficult. But yeah, we're getting through. So her teachers are amazing, so that's been helpful. And yeah, she's getting through it. A lot more electronics, but also like a lot more pillow fights and playing games. We go on walks every day, so that's definitely been good too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I am the oldest of 5, but my youngest siblings are about your daughter's age, and they're both boys. So that's been fun to watch my mom handle that. And then I'm like, girls in this time.
Yeah.
Does she have her ears pierced?
She's really sweet. She does have her ears pierced, yep. We had to get the first one done, and then 2 months later get the second one done.
What was that experience like with her?
She really wanted it done. We made her wait about a year of her asking. We had a piercer also at your store who tell us if she can brush her teeth without complaining, then she's ready for earrings. And so we let her know that was kind of the rule. And then she went and she just was terrified. It took her over half an hour to be able to get her first one pierced, and then she couldn't calm down enough, so we just left. And once she was ready, she asked again, and the second time she just got up there, lay down on the bed, and got it pierced. No issues at all. It was amazing. It was like a whole different person.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool too, that, she had to show some responsibility before she got her ears pierced.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that before, and I thought that was a really smart idea. Like, if you can't brush your teeth, how are you going to take care of your earrings?
Yeah.
So it worked well, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually, that piercer is no longer with us, so I hadn't heard that before. I'm like, that's brilliant.
Oh, okay.
I'm usually like, if they can like wash their face, they're ready for like, I think I say a helix. Like, if they can wash their face every day, that's what they're ready for. Because it's a cartilage, so it's more challenging. Like, I didn't really wash my face until I was probably 16.
Yes. I have face wipes from my daughter where she has to wash her face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, for sure.
That they'll appreciate more when they're older and they're like, oh, mom was right.
Yeah, maybe if I'm lucky.
If you're lucky. Yeah. What did getting pierced mean for you personally? Like, was it a personal transformation, or was it just an aesthetic transformation, or what was it like?
Well, for me, I have a huge allergy to metals. So I got my ears pierced for the first time when I was 9 and ended up having massive infections in both my ears I had 14 karat gold earrings, and it did not go well at all. So then I got them re-pierced, and I fainted right before I got them pierced too. I remember a little boy went in to get his ears pierced, and he screamed so loud in the middle of the mall, and I fainted just watching him since I was up next. And it was when they did the gun.
Yeah.
So it was done with the gun, which is definitely a different experience too. I think the gun hurts more actually than the needle does.
Yeah.
And so then I got them re-pierced when I was 12. Same thing happened. Infections, had to take them out, let them close. So then I kind of re-pierced them and found out my ears close really quickly. So if I don't have earrings in overnight, my ears will almost be sealed in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And so pretty much didn't have earrings in until I think my daughter was 2. So about 5 years ago, I got both of these pierced at the same time and just have earrings in all the time. And I don't take them out, but it makes me feel much more feminine to have earrings in, which is why I really like it. Like I feel more, especially because my hair is usually short. Like this is long hair for me because I can't get a haircut. And so having short hair and having earrings, I feel much more feminine and like a woman, I guess.
That's awesome. I feel the same way about mine. You know, I don't often wear makeup or I'll wear my hair up, but I always feel a little bit more put together when I have my 2 sets in.
Yeah. I never take them out. I rarely change them just because, I don't know, it's pain in the butt, I guess, for me.
Do you have the flat tops in there?
The what ones? They're flat on the back, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, those ones are really nice because they don't poke into the back of the head.
Yes. I went to a piercer in downtown Portland and got it done, but then I came to your shop because my left earlobe is a bit fatter than my right one. And so I had to get a longer post on this one so that it didn't my earlobe otherwise was eating the earring up.
No.
And so that's when I actually learned about your store for the first time because they helped me so much in figuring out what I needed.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad we were able to help you.
Yes, me cool. Too.
I remember I used to be a customer at Avanti before I started working there, and I remember coming there and being so surprised by the concept of threadless jewelry. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I didn't know that it existed before.
Yeah, I always thought body jewelry was like what you bought at Spencer's,
Yes. I actually stretched out the back ones for a while, but I got up to 6 and my earlobes started acting like they were infected. Like my ears just were refusing to go that big. So I went back down to a size, and then one of them fell out overnight and I couldn't find the piercing. I could find the piercing. Wow. I couldn't find the earring. And it had closed. It closed up enough that I couldn't fit them back in anymore. So I went to a regular size.
Yeah, everyone's ears are a little bit different. When they come in and ask to be stretched, and they're like, what size is the point of no return? I'm like, it really depends on your ear. Some people they'll stretch to and it. Usually with the smaller sizes, anything below 0, we usually see close up, but I've seen huge, like 1/2 inch or anything like that go down to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But then I've seen them stretch to like 1/2 inch and not really go down at all. So it's always interesting.
Okay.
Everyone's earlobes are a little bit different. Mine will shrink up really fast too. If I have them out overnight, can't get the next.
Okay.
I have to weigh it down.
Okay.
Do some ear exercises.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to give parents who have kids who are wanting to get modified in some way?
Definitely make sure they're ready. I'm still, my daughter was ready for it, the end result, but not really ready for how the procedure was. There was no way to prep her, I think. And so really enforcing like, this is going to hurt. You do have to stay still. It is going to be scary, but for us, we say, you know, what makes you brave? When you do something that's scary, then you're brave, and that's really strong. So we have to do things that scare us sometimes. And so I think, assuming they're a young kid, just really working with them to make it through if you think they're ready. And then, you know, she's already been asking, because I have tattoos and I have piercings, she's asking for her second one so that she can have ears like me. And obviously we're going to wait on that one for a while, but you know, when she's a teenager, for me, if she wants to get her nose done, I have my nose pierced this tiny, you know, any of that stuff is fine with me. So I don't know.
Awesome.
I feel like piercings, you might have a little scar if you regret it in the end, but it's a lot different than a tattoo, you know, where you can't really do much about it.
Yeah, it's definitely a safe way to come into your own self, you know, because you can remove it and it's not as permanent if it's just a phase.
Yes. Right. Yes. So my next piercing I want to get is my septum, but that one I'm still been holding off on just because it is much more like visible than everything else I have right now.
That would look really cute on you. Yeah.
Yes, I like the jewelry is really important to me. I need it to be feminine. Like, you know, when I was growing up, anyone who had their septum pierced, it was like a bowl ring where it's like, here I am in your face.
Look at my nose
kind of like
ring.
the punk. Yes. And so for me, there was a poster in the shop that had a model, and her piercing was like a very small matted gold, almost diamond shape, like really hugging in the middle, and it was so beautiful. And that's like, I don't know, I like the piercing for the self-expression, but I want it to still feel very like feminine and dainty, I guess.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It's probably hard to see, but I have my septum pierced. I actually have it stretched. I'll get closer. I've stretched up to
Okay.
At a 10 gauge, but I was at the same. I wanted something really dainty, so I just did little huggy rings and I stacked them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a lot more of a versatile piercing than I think it's given credit for, you know. And it's what's cool about it is you can always hide it, so you can always like flip it up. I tell everyone it's the mold.
Yeah, I definitely want one that's close hugging so that it's not hanging down, but yeah, that's the one I'm excited for too.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, before I let you go and enjoy what I hope is beautiful where you're at, it's beautiful here.
It's beautiful, yes.
I was talking to a gal in Oregon yesterday and it was raining and it was sunny here and I'm like,
Yeah, it's so weird. When we're driving into Portland, sometimes you can see like the wall of where the rain is. And I'm just like, oh crap. It was nice here. I wasn't planning for this.
Right? So before I let you go and enjoy a rare sunny Oregon day, what would you tell anyone who is curious about getting any sort of modifications, piercings, or tattoos, but isn't really sure if they want to go through with it?
Oh, I would definitely go in and talk to a piercer and find out what it entails, the process, how you have to take care of it. Like, I didn't have any idea from my rook that, you know, I don't know, 7 months later, it actually will still hurt occasionally. And I didn't know that they took that long to heal. And so, I don't know, just doing your research, and it needs to be, for me, talking to someone who has a piercing, who knows about them, someone who definitely works in a shop, because you're going to get the honest answer. Because they see people who, you know, your friend maybe healed this way or was their experience, but it's unlikely to be experienced for a broad amount of people. So I think that has always helped me, and looking at the jewelry too helps me get excited about it when I'm like, oh my gosh, that piece is so awesome. Like, I need to have this piercing now just so I can have that piece of jewelry.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that would
that's
be my
great
advice. Yeah.
That's great advice. If you don't know, ask.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
No, thank you. It was really fun.
It was really fun. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon when this is all over and it's safe to be pierced again.
Well, I'll be in for my septum.
Yes! Well, lots of dainty options for you to look at.
Awesome. Perfect.
All right. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.